Alleged bribes all in that indictment.
Yeah, that's right. Joining us now to break it down for us is Jeremy Saland, criminal defense attorney and former Manhattan prosecutor. Jeremy, it's all here, 57 pages in indictment, pretty damning details too. I mean, how straightforward is this indictment?
They clearly did their job and their homework, and they didn't wait till after the fact. They went back in time, and despite what you're hearing from his counsel, Alex Spiro, this is part of this alleged conspiracy and all the things that he did that built up to the actual substantive crime, and he's charged for those crimes all within the past 5 years, but everything is relevant to explain that narrative and that conspiracy.
So, you know, at the heart of this is a campaign finance violation, right? Straw donors, someone has a lot of money, puts it through a lot of small donations, and then how that corrupts the system as charged here is that the city matches 8-to-1 these small donations. So when you read the indictment, it's basically saying they shortchanged the city out of $10 million in matching funds. Is that really the core of this thing and why you think prosecutors may have decided to move forward?
I'm confident that's a big piece of it. And it's also the fact that if you believe, and they prove ultimately, not whether you believe it or not, that you had these straw donors, that he's getting benefits from folks in the Turkish government or, you know, whomever they may be, or private people, to possibly enhance getting the 36-story building and waive some fire codes and influence there. You know, why someone would do this, which is a good defense, and why would I do this for a few dollars on a upgrade in business class? Why would I do this for a few dollars to get a better hotel room? But there's clearly a narrative, and that narrative also demonstrates that there's text messages, and there may be calls too that they're on, meaning the government, maybe even cooperators too, to give you a greater picture.
And I mean, it is really interesting. I mean, reading through the indictment, the U.S. attorney points out Adam's staff tried to avoid charges for expensive trips. For example, they say when the airline manager mentioned the Four Seasons and the staffer said it was too expensive, the airline manager responded, "Why does he care? He's not going to pay. His name will not be on anything either." So what do you make? How strong is this evidence?
None of that is good. None of that. Even if nothing else has a perception of something improper. But that, again, proof beyond a reasonable doubt? No, that's not proof beyond a reasonable doubt. But it certainly has the appearance. And when you're deleting text if true and saying clean your phones in substance, you know, all this points in the wrong direction. And you have to eventually ask, how come you're getting all these benefits? How come you're getting, and for what? For what? So it looks like, again, they've done their homework and added it up in a bad way.
Right, in this case, I mean, the people of New York City weren't getting anything out of this.
No.
He was, you know, as
which
charged.
makes it interesting, and you know, it's been brought up. A government of another nation can influence and do business with the government of a state. That's fine, but the beneficiary should be the state of New York. It should not be the mayor personally of New York.
Yeah, and just briefly, talk about his lawyer. This is a high-profile lawyer, Elon Musk, Bob Kraft, you name it, he's represented him. Yeah, just got enough charges.
Alex Spiro is certainly a known commodity. He's a former Manhattan prosecutor like I was. He tends to be more bombastic, and you heard from what he was coming out and saying, you know, I'm being, for lack of a better term, dirtied up. I forgot to draw a blank on the term.
Tarnished,
thank you. Tarnished, and making it the sort of the Donald Trump 2.0 attack. This is beyond the scope, which is, again, a fair argument, but they're doing this to me because it's me and they don't want to get me. They want not to get me. And that's not what you do. Fight the case, fight the allegations. Don't attack the process.
Yeah, we're going to have to leave it there. We do appreciate your perspective as always. Thank you, Jeremy Saland.
Thank you.